Yeah, I was up late last night. Now, one of the reasons I was up late last night was because, when we was on the stream yesterday, what happens when the game week opens in Sorare is that you can immediately start to lineup build for the next upcoming game week, but then it usually takes a little longer for Sorare to then add the games for the game week after that. So when we were lineup building on the stream yesterday, we couldn't actually lineup build for game week 393 yet. And then last night, after the Luton to Legend stream, I was just kind of in Sorare and I was checking the lobby again. And I scrolled down and I, of course, then saw Game Week 393 was available. And I was looking at it and I was thinking, oh, okay. I wasn't aware, really, that the Second Division Europe was going to be starting in Game Week 393. So then I kind of like looked into it and I opened up this competition. And the only thing that I was really missing, the only player that I was really missing in order to put like a lineup out for this was a goalkeeper. And I actually thought to myself, I've got some players actually for second division. We picked up a couple of new players as part of our under 23 community build, and I already had a couple of decent players anyway. So I was like, well, I wasn't planning on buying another goalkeeper, and I wasn't really planning on buying more limited cards, to be honest with you. But then if I can get a decent start in the second division and all I need is a goalkeeper, then I might as well, right? So then I've done a little bit more scouting last night and I picked up Florian Kastenmeier for Fortuna, who I think is an excellent goalkeeper. And I thought he was really cheap as well, given his age and his level of scoring. And it just gave me the opportunity as well to then bring back Matthias Zimmermann, who was a limited second division defender that I had last season. That I think I gave away a few times last season, actually. And I do really like him. I think he's cool. So this was the goalkeeper that was really catching my eye. I liked him last season. And I just figured, you know what, for 20 odd pounds, I don't mind spending that on a goalkeeper because it's always quite useful to have another goalkeeper anyway in Sorare. And so I think now, if we just go onto my gallery here, I think now I've got quite a nice mix of goalkeepers. I haven't got loads, but I'm not really planning on having loads anyway. So if we go on to goalkeepers here and then we filter by limited. Yeah, so what you'll see now is that I have Florian Kastenmeier. We've got Ivor Pandor as part of our under 23 community build. Got Beva Kukskar, who is a backup goalkeeper. He's actually the reserve goalkeeper for Sivasspor. Then we've got Jörg Siebenhandel, who's the number 2 for Lask in the Austrian Bundesliga. Then we have Emre Satlims, who is the backup goalkeeper, or the reserve goalkeeper actually, for Sivasspor as well. He's actually the third choice goalkeeper. Then we have this nice youngster who we just literally picked up because why not? He's like 20 years old or 19 years old. In fact, he's 21 actually, and he was like 73p. So we're not expecting to get any game time out of him this season. But for 73p to pick up like a under 23 goalkeeper, why not? Like, get in the gallery and we'll just sit on you for the next 5 years or so. And then we've got Marco Malenica, who is a starting goalkeeper. We've got Niels Hahn, who's another really cheap, look, 75p, really cheap under 23 goalkeeper just to sit on for a few years. Miyama Yildirim is the backup goalkeeper for Sivasspor. So actually, funny enough, we don't have the first choice goalkeeper for Sivasspor in the limited scarcity. We do have him in the rare scarcity, but not in the limited. Probably do need to pick him up, don't I? But it's not really a big priority for me, given that we've got loads of other like limited goalkeepers who are actually better than Ali Varol anyway. Then we've got Hendejar, who I'll probably be giving away. He's a bit more of a backup, even reserve goalkeeper. And we've got Taskran. So technically, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. We've got 4 limited starting goalkeepers. And given that I'm not really planning on running with a lot of limited teams, that's actually probably enough. It's probably more than enough, actually. So I was really only planning on running with like 4 or 5 teams. So I wasn't planning on buying another goalkeeper. But as I say, when I saw this last night, I just thought that it just looked like a good option to do. Like second division Europe. So I'll show you my team now. This is the team at the moment that I'm putting out for second division Europe for the first game week of the new season. I might switch this up. We've obviously got our 2 Hamburg guys here that we bought in our under-23 community build. I don't think I would put the captain as on Rice, but I just kind of put this together. I've actually got quite a nice selection of players for game week 393 in the second division Europe. So if we're going to run with the goalkeeper, we would probably run with Zimmerman as well. But then midfielder-wise, we have the options between Rice and Thalhammer, but we would be going with Rice and, of course, then Ferai. We also picked up Anthony Ujar last night because I've already picked up his rare card, and when I was looking at this last night, I was thinking I don't really have enough cover options. So if Ferai gets injured, and I am planning on playing Second Division Europe now, then who can I play? I could play Christos Albanese, but I don't really want to too often. I think he's more going to be somebody that I play in Cap 220. And so I was thinking, well, I don't want to spend too much to bring in a backup. I want a good backup as well, and somebody that I could maybe rotate between, depending on the fixtures. And Anthony Ujar, I picked up his rare, so he's part of my rare rebuild, and he's limited. He's only £2 or so. Look, £2.36, which I think is far too cheap for that type of player. So I ended up picking him up as well last night. And I don't think that I will play him in the first game week because I want to keep a stack going. So we kind of have this Fortuna Düsseldorf stack, then we have the Hamburg stack, and then we've just got in the extra slot, we've got Philip Heiser. But if we wanted to, we could play Anthony Ujar, we could play Tony Leisner, we could play Ivan Marquez, Thalhammer. We've got so many good options now that we could actually run a decent Second Division Europe team. And the other thing as well is that keep in mind that these two guys here of Ferai and Ludovic Rice, we can play them in Second Division Europe now, but when game week 399 starts, which is our under-23 team, or that's when our under-23 team can be played, we then can't play these in this division. So I actually needed anyway to go out and buy Ujar, who will act as my main forward in this team, because we won't be playing Ludovic Rice and Ferai in here, we'll be playing them in under-23 again. He's massively a cheat code. He's such a good goalkeeper as well, Antonio Rodriguez. So he needs to go into our cap cheat codes. Very good goalkeeper. Quite cheap as well. Very cheap at £15.37, especially when you consider the cost of his rare, which is £251. If you think about that there should be a 10 times difference between the two scarcities, then he looks like he is undervalued and is limited. If his rare has Yuri's been the number one for a while now. So I think, again, if you were looking for a goalkeeper that doesn't cost a lot, and you're only interested to pick up a starting goalkeeper, then somebody like Yuri will be a really good one to pick up, Eli Room, for this next season, because 100% he's going to be the starting goalkeeper at Vitesse, and he's very, very good. He's also got a good defence in front of him as well at Vitesse. If you didn't know about some of the players at Vitesse, I'm just going to quickly show you. They've got the likes of Meli Mullenstein, who's insane. They've also got Vitek as well. This guy's crazy good. I can't believe that this guy's price is going down. How is this price going down? I mean, I don't get it, guys. I don't get it. This guy's price is going down as we're getting closer towards the start of the season. He's excellent. So Vitek, they've also got, as I say, Mullenstein. They've got Arcus there as well. Arcus is brilliant. Love Carlin's Arcus. So this team, Vitesse, would actually be a great team to stack with defensively, because you could go with like Arcus, Vitek, Mullenstein, and then Eli Room. You could pick up all four of those, and then you could just kind of rotate depending on who's got the best form. And actually, it's just a really good team anyway. They have good players further up the pitch as well. You can see that Mullenstein's kind of being played as a midfielder at the moment as well. Really good. In the limited, he's around £30-35, but this guy is fantastic. He does make a few errors though, so you have to keep that in mind with him. He's got like 4 errors over the past year where he has led to a goal, and he's also conceded a penalty. But what you get from him is you get a lot of good AA, and you also get a lot of high-end scoring. And he's very young still. He's only 24. He is the starting goalkeeper, the established starting goalkeeper at Krasnodar. There's basically no real competition for him. and he's quite consistent at giving you high end as well. Really like him. Willadita. Willadita's kind of a decent player, actually. Yeah, Willadita's not bad. He's actually got some good levels of scoring to him as well in the game. Now, he's recently just joined, hasn't he, Tijuana? He's recently just joined. That he played 90 minutes in the last game. He didn't do that great, but he has the potential. He really does. He has the potential to absolutely explode. He's also a little bit error prone, as you can see here. But Willadita is, we have to class him as a cheat code. Did he join them on loan, or has he joined them permanently? I mean, it looks like he's joined them permanently, right? Yeah, he has, isn't he? Because he's got a contract until June 2026. That's a good pickup for them. I think that's a really good pickup. Because he's still really young, Willadita. He's only 26 years old. 25, actually. That's not correct. He's 26, isn't he? Just not updated on Transfermarkt. Yeah, he's joined them permanently. Previously at Junior and Newell Old Boys, he's really good. Very good player. So Willadita is a cheat code, in my opinion. And he would be a good one to look at this weekend. He has technically a difficult game because he is playing Inter Miami, and Inter Miami will have Messi to play for them this weekend. So he is going to have a lot to do to try and contain Messi, which means that his AA is probably going to be very, very high because he's quite powerful. He's quite strong. He's fairly quick. Messi will probably still run rings around him, right? But season after season, they mint the new season cards. There's a big flurry for the new season cards, and it's going to be even bigger with the collection game as well, of course. And then these older season cards are still valuable, but they are going to drop in price compared to the new season cards. So if you've basically done most of your gallery building for next season, but there were probably a couple of players that you weren't quite able to buy and fit into your gallery, don't worry. Just wait for a month, and then you'll be able to pick up those players for cheaper. Raul Ruidiaz is a cheat code. Yeah, Raul Ruidiaz is a capped mode cheat code, 100%. He does suffer with injuries a lot. So if you ever picked up a Raul Ruidiaz, you have to have a good backup because when he does get injured, you're going to need someone just to come straight in. When he's fit and firing, he can do really well. And to be honest, he's actually got an okay fixture as well this weekend against Real Salt Lake. Even though Real Salt Lake are in good form right now, Seattle are still a very strong team. An L15 of 40 for Raul Ruidiaz. He's only £5.32 as well. He's crazy good. Crazy good for this type of player who's a starting forward. He's a starting forward for them. His scoring is brilliant. He's one of the most ruthless and lethal strikers in the MLS. He's only £5.32. So he's another example of the prices in Sorare crashing, especially in the MLS cards. Look at that. Look at that. In the space of a month, he's gone from £20 down to £5, basically, less than £5. And the only real reason that that's kind of happened is because there are a lot of managers that have wanted to switch out, switch their focus from America and MLS to try and get ready for the European seasons. So there's been a bit of a sell-off as managers look to switch their galleries. So this price crash here would usually indicate that like there's a problem with the player, or that maybe the player's kind of like got a long-term injury, or they're retiring or something. That's not the case at all for this type of player. He's had a massive price crash because people are just trying to get ready for the European season. So they've been trying to free up their money by selling him off. And what that's done is it's created like a bit of a snowball effect where then everyone is undercutting each other in the market because it is so difficult to sell cards on the secondary market. And so it's eventually culminated in Raul Ruidiaz now sitting at £4, which, to be honest, is incredible. So if you wanted to get involved in a starting MLS forward, then Raul Ruidiaz at £4 is a absolute steal. thank you so much, guys, for the incredible support. Again, don't forget to pick up a Pokeball if you haven't, because they are going to sell out, I think, pretty much today. So make sure the link is in the chat there for you guys if you want to use it to get started. If you haven't already, yeah, make sure that you pick up a Pokeball, and then you can get involved in the fun and the action of earning from your predictions this weekend. Guys, have a great evening. You'll be able to catch me a little bit in the Discord and also on Twitter. Feel free to post some cool stuff in the Discord. I'll try to jump in as much as I can tonight, and then of course, yeah, I'll see you all tomorrow. So thanks so much, and I will see you tomorrow, guys.